Imagine an electric car that doesn't just go from 0 to 100 kilometers/a in seconds, but makes you feel every gear shift, every roar, and every thrill of the drive. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? The new Hyundai Ioniq 5 isn't like other electric cars. It's made to give you the thrill that most EVs don't have. What did Hyundai do to make this next-level drive experience possible? Hyundai wants to change the game again with the Ioniq 5N. In the world of high-performance EVs, quick acceleration and instant torque are now the standard. The Ioniq 5N is a big step forward because it was made not only for speed but also to add a new emotional dimension to driving an EV. This electric marvel crosses the gap between the thrilling feel of traditional sports cars and the cutting-edge engineering that makes EVs so desirable. It has a unique 8-speed driving experience. The Ioniq 5N takes electric transportation to a whole new level of excitement. It has a strong motor, strong brakes, and cutting-edge software that can simulate dynamic shifting and combustion engine sounds. Redefining performance, more than just speed. People like electric cars because they have quick power and smooth acceleration. It's exciting to step on the gas and go from 0 to 100 kilometers/a in a matter of seconds, but for many car fans, that's not enough to get them emotionally involved. Hyundai engineers work hard to make the Ioniq 5 a truly engaging experience for drivers because they saw this need. The high-power motor in the Ioniq 5N makes 650 horsepower, 478 kilowatts, and 770 Nm of torque. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers/a in 3.4 seconds and reach a top speed of 258 kilometers/a. Hyundai, on the other hand, wanted to make more than just another fast EV. They wanted to build an emotional connection between driver and machine like in an ICE sports car. To do this, they packed the Ioniq 5 with new features that make it feel like a standard performance car while still keeping the benefits of electric power. An idea that combines old-fashioned and modern looks. The Ioniq 5's unique style, which mixes retro and futuristic elements, is one of its best features. Performance Blue, Hyundai's signature color, comes in 10 different shades and is sure to be a hit with buyers, especially high-performance fans. The outside has unique design elements, such as a rear spoiler in the shape of a wing, an improved diffuser, and revised bumpers that look good and work better. It looks good because it has both glossy and matte finishes, as well as bright highlights like asterisk, luminous orange matte asterisk. The Ioniq 5 has better front and back suspension, so it sits lower than the regular Ioniq 5. It also has bigger, more performance-oriented 21-inch wheels. The car has huge 400mm front and 360mm back high-performance brake discs, so it can handle rough road conditions. Engineering the future, how things work and how they look. A sophisticated airflow system was put in place by Hyundai to keep the brakes, motor, and battery cool. 3 active air flaps, functional mesh, and an air screen make sure that fresh air always gets to the parts that need it most. Even though these features might slightly lower the car's aerodynamic efficiency to 0.31 cW versus 0.29 for a normal Ioniq 5, Hyundai put managing heat and pressure at the top of their list of priorities to get the best performance. Hyundai is now focusing on making a high-performance EV that is more durable and lasts longer than just being aerodynamically efficient. Not only has the outside of the car been strengthened, but the platform has also been strengthened to support its high power output. This version of the EGMP is very strong because it has an extra 2.1 meters of structural elements, stronger battery mounts, and better front and back subframes. Pushing the limits with the 8-speed electric driving experience. E-Shift technology is one of the most innovative parts of the Ioniq 5, and Hyundai came up with a unique system that works like an 8-speed dual clutch gear, which is different from most EVs that only have 1 speed. With a lot of complicated software, this function manages the motor's torque to make it feel like a regular ICE car does when shifting gears, complete with different levels of engine braking. This feature gives EVs a feeling that they didn't have before, an interesting tactile reaction that lets drivers feel the gears shifting. For car fans who miss the sound of an engine roaring and changing gears, an E-Shift fills in the blanks. It gives drivers back the visceral feeling of driving without sacrificing the efficiency of electric power. Power meets sound. N ActiveSound for a simulated engine feeling. Hyundai didn't stop at simulating shifting, they also came up with N ActiveSound, a system that uses 8 internal speakers and 2 external speakers to play engine sounds. This feature can make 3 different sound patterns, such as fake exhaust notes and ignition sounds. This might not seem like something that would be in an electric car, but it has been shown to make driving more enjoyable. For people who are used to the sounds of combustion engines, the Ioniq 5 sounds like a real speed car thanks to the carefully designed sound cues. The N ActiveSound feature may seem out of the ordinary, but it fits with Hyundai's goal of making driving more fun. In the first tests, the sound quality was said to be incredibly natural, creating a believable and immersive listening experience, especially when moving quickly or aggressively. Racing-ready interior, a dream for drivers. A lot of ideas for the Ioniq 5's interior came from high-performance race cars. It has two 12.3-inch screens for all the important driving information and entertainment. The racing-style bucket seats put you lower and give you better side support. The seats have a unique pixel design on them, and you can get them in both fabric and leather. A new steering wheel with the N logo and 4 buttons makes it feel even more sporty. These buttons make it easy to switch between different driving styles. The center console is fixed, which makes the car more stable, and the trunk space has been slightly decreased to 480 liters. This is done to improve performance. These changes were made to make the structure more rigid and make room for more mechanical parts. New technology for a dynamic drive. Launch and drift controls. The Ioniq 5 has a lot of software and driving styles that let you make every drive exciting and unique. The N-Slide Optimizer lets drivers start controlled oversteer, which makes the car slide like it has rear-wheel drive. The built-in torque kick drift feature even acts like clutch springs, making the drifting experience feel real. Hyundai's N launch control makes sure that the tires have the most grip during high-speed starts, and the N race feature makes the best use of energy for longer track performance. The sprint mode focuses on cooling to keep the car running well on the track, and the endurance mode lowers power output to save energy and keep the temperature under control, making the car more durable during long race sessions. How to handle energy density and batteries. There is a new 84 kilowatt-hours battery that powers this beast. It has a higher energy efficiency, but is the same size as Hyundai's current 77.4 kilowatt-hours battery. The front and back motors are both powered by this battery. This makes for a strong all-wheel drive system that improves performance and stability. Hyundai has hinted that the Ioniq 5's range will be competitive, even though it has high-performance features. The WLTP range and energy consumption numbers haven't been set in stone yet. Expectations for competition and prices. Genesis GV60 Sport Plus and Kia EV6 GT are two other strong cars in the same market that the Ioniq 5 will be going into. Hyundai hasn't announced a price yet, but experts think it will start at around €75,000 to €80,000, which will put it in the same price range as other performance-focused electric SUVs. A new chapter in the history of electric performance. It's not just another electric car. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 makes a statement. Hyundai has made a car that both traditionalists and progressives will enjoy by combining old-fashioned driving experiences with cutting-edge electric technology. As an electric car, the Ioniq 5 is a revolutionary experience thanks to its advanced 8-speed simulation, immersive sound design, and dedicated drift and race modes. People often say that electric cars don't have the soul of regular sports cars, but Hyundai's Ioniq 5 is a brave answer. This electric wonder is not only quick and green, but it also gives users the emotional connection they want. The Ioniq 5 is expected to start a new era when it hits the roads in Europe in 2024. In this new era, electric cars will no longer have to sacrifice thrill, sound, or feel. Enjoy this dive into Hyundai's game-changing Ioniq 5. Don't miss out on more groundbreaking stories. Hit subscribe and join us for the latest in electric innovation, performance cars, and much more. Subscribe now to stay ahead of the curve.